So we are on our way to Senegal 15 years after I lived there, and I'm really excited to show Rich about a country that made such an impact on me. So this is where I stayed in Senegal with Maimouna. It was fun we walked along with her near her office and talked a bit about the elections, which had been reported as being quite contentious, and were, because the incumbent President Wade was trying to sort of contain power for himself, and he had vanity projects like this statue. So you saw posters everywhere. A lot of them were defaced for the different presidential candidates. So we came to Sen election, which was spearheaded by Momar, my friend and Maimouna's son, and Cher. And we worked in this flat for about 4 days, helping to independently monitor the results of the first round of elections. We had some late nights, so we were tired, as you can see here.
Can you hear that rooster? It's like 5:30 a.m. and there's a rooster. So mornings at Maimouna's place were interesting. Of course, my wife has to have coffee in the mornings, get going, and choco mousse in Senegal, which is a legend in its own right. And then about an hour later, we'd have lunch, just bigger than breakfast, and it made me feel like this. And then this very important thing happened, the most serious thing of the trip. Look how much my wife cares about that. Anyway, then we went sightseeing.
So here we are on the ferry on the going to the Isle of Gorée, which is the historical island where the slaves were kept during the height of the slave trade. And it's also a very pretty island. You see a lot of colonial buildings. And it's just a 20-minute ride from Dakar, so it's a day out for people as well. So those are car rapides, and that's how most people travel daily. Here I'm with Ousmane Sène, my professor while I was in Senegal. It was really nice to see him again.
So this is the part of Dakar where my wife beat someone up who tried to mug her. True or false? True or false? True.
So that was it for Dakar. We had achieved an awful lot in just a few crazy days, but now it's time to hit the road, head down the coast to a place called Toubab Diallo, and enjoy the beach.
We're setting out looking for a driver who we found, who is great, who kindly passed us this handle so that we could roll down our windows, air conditioning Senegalese style. It was a long day, a long trip, but we got to Toubacouta, and to our surprise ran into Ousmane Sène again, which was fabulous.
And here in the deepest Senegalese jungle, there is not a single sign of life. The unforgiving sun forbids it. Apart from my wife doing the washing.
Where's coffee?
It's behind you.
Bye!
Join us, me, for the first ever banana jam tasting. Oh my god, I love bananas, I love jam.
Eric is Banana Man.
What is this going to be like? What on earth is banana jam like? Just like bananas.
So Usman offered to buy us a pirogue ride through the mangroves, and we came upon this island which is super ancient and made entirely of seashells.
The next bit was the hardest bit of the trip, crossing the Gambia, a thin country that lies across Senegal. We took off here in a 7-seater, headed to the Gambian border, had an interesting hour with an official at the customs there, and then had to wait in the sun for a couple of hours for a ferry which would take us across the river into the Gambia itself. The ferry was kind of interesting, quite laden, and an interesting trip. We finally made it across the other side to the capital of Gambia, Banjul. Got in a car and drove to some sort of eco lodge that was a bit nutty. Gambia, maybe not our number one recommendation for a tourist destination. Above all, their president Jammeh is a top draw nutter. So we kept going and looked forward to the beaches of Cap Skiring.
Senegal, didn't we, honey?
We did.
And it's a great destination holiday, but for me and for us it was so much more, revisiting where I'd been and then also taking part in the Senate election stuff. As we left, they were preparing for the second round of elections, and I'm happy that Macky Sall, the challenger, won. And Youssou N'Dour, who's been singing in the background, is now the Minister for Culture.